if Tatum gets a ring, at least one, on the trajectory he's on, he's a top 3 Celtic of all time, do you think?
Top 3?
Top 3.
Yeah. Who'd be third?
Bill
KG?
Russell, Larry Bird.
No, Bill and Bird are 2.
Like Havlicek.
Those are kind of untouchable.
Yeah.
It'd be like an old dude probably. Paul Pierce.
How many
No,
championships?
he already cleared Paul Pierce.
How many
He does?
I think he already cleared.
Why does Tatum already clear Paul Pierce?
I mean, as a
Tatum's
player,
better than
as a
Paul
player,
Pierce. As a player, I think he's a better player.
Relax.
His nickname was the Truth for a reason.
No, Tatum's
He's cold.
he's better than
He's
Paul
cold,
Pierce.
but-
Oh, you don't think he is?
I think it's close.
Oh, you think
I'm not
so?
just gonna disregard Paul Pierce.
I think I'm okay with it.
No, Paul Pierce was a great player.
He was, yeah, so was Tatum.
He's a big reason why they won a championship.
KG,
Who
Ray
won Finals
Allen,
MVP?
Rondo, he shouldn't have got it.
Yeah,
I'll be
but
honest.
if
KG
it
should have won it.
If it was KG, number 2 should have been Paul Pierce.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
they were
You're
two best
undermining
players.
Paul Pierce's contributions to the Celtics.
I'm
my
not.
God.
Yes, you are.
They had a big 3 for
You
a reason.
100% are undermining his contributions.
What do you think? What does Paul
He was
Pierce
a
do
great-
better than Tatum?
He's a much better offensive player.
Much?
Yes.
Tatum averaged 30 last year.
Okay, yeah, but
Oh!
stats in this era are inflated.
Much
Does
better
does
offensive
does,
player.
does Jason
Jesus
Tatum shoot
Christ.
better than Paul Pierce? Is he a better mid-range shooter? Paul Pierce was able to his post game was elite. He had an elite mid-range jump shot. He's a better shooter
Tatum's
than
post game's
Tatum.
pretty good.
Tatum does have a really good post.
Yeah, but Paul Pierce, he had just better footwork all around.
Brother, he averages 30.
In this era, though, in this era.
That's a good point.
So
That's a good
Tyrese
point.
Halliburton is better than Steve Nash.
No,
though.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
But I mean, he was the top. What was he? Top 5 last year in
Paul Pierce
scoring.
is...
But you can't compare eras like that. The numbers
Was
in
Paul
this era are
Pierce
going to
top
be
5
much more
scoring?
inflated.
I'm asking generally. I don't know off the top of my head.
Was he what?
Ever top 5 in scoring a single season?
I don't think so. I'm not going to look it up. That's mad seasons. But
And Paul Pierce was a great defender too. I know Tatum
Good,
is, but
good.
Paul Pierce was a great defender
Good.
too. No, he was great.
good.
He wasn't just good.
I think he was good.
Paul Pierce was awesome, bro.
Semantics.
He
He's
got
gonna match him in all NBAs this year
okay. That's fine with me.
already.
That's fine with me. I mean, Tatum is an exceptional player,
Yes, I'm just
but
saying.
he hasn't passed Paul Pierce yet.
That's fine. That's
Not
fine.
even as a
That's
player.
What, that's
pound
what,
for
No,
pound.
he's past him as a player, in my opinion. I think Paul Pierce was really great. I think Tatum was also really great.
Was there a time Paul Pierce was top 10 in the league?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year?
Probably his
Definitely in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
In the mid 2000s
Let's-
for sure.
Let's play a game. Let's
2000.
Because just off the
Yeah.
top of my head,
I mean, early to mid-
I'm not even
2000s.
going to go the obvious. Let's go KG. Let's go Dirk. Let's go
let's say
KG,
05,
Dirk.
06.
Steve Nash.
Duncan.
Thank you. That was
Kobe.
the other one
You
that was
didn't
in my
even say
mind.
Kobe.
As I said, let's
Shaq.
not get to the obvious. Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, Dwayne Wade,
T-Mac.
T-Mac. Yes.
Jason Kidd or
Vince Carter
or
back
Paul
in the
Pierce.
day.
That could be
What year did Vince Carter stop being really, really?
Like 08, 09.
Okay, so
Vince Carter was always kind of like a player that very early in Toronto, his stats were great, but
They called
he
him
went
lazy.
to other situations and he wasn't able to
I
contribute.
think I'll
Carmelo
take Paul
Anthony?
Pierce. I think I'll take Melo. But I'll take Paul Pierce over Vince Carter.
Jason Kidd,
That's a tough one. I'm gonna take Kidd.
Allen Iverson.
I think Allen was on the back end, though. His best year was... this was 01, 02. He might not have been top 10.
Bro, Paul
best
Pierce
years.
from 2000, from his third season in the NBA, averaged 25, 6, and 3.
He was a dog. Top 10 is tough.
Top 10
I just named hella players. Would you take any of them?
It depends the year. Like 2000 T-Mac is over 2000.
But that's what I'm
Paul
asking you.
Pierce.
What year is it that you want to take for him?
I think
Especially
probably
low-key, like 2005.
I think probably like
2006.
05, 06, 07. Like definitely Paul Pierce was a top 10 player in the league.
All right, let's do it. Let's go.
From 2000 to 2007, Paul Pierce averaged 24.8 points per game, 6.7 rebounds, 4 assists, almost 2 steals. He shot 44% from the field and 36% from 3 in a much tougher defensive era. Like Paul Pierce was an amazing player.
Tatum is an amazing player.
He's an amazing player.
Or are you just not really?
No, Jason Tatum, of course, is an amazing
What do
player.
you think, Rick?
But we're not just gonna discount
All right, here we go.
one of the top 75 players
So I brought
ever.
up the year.
Okay,
So
yeah.
Kobe's up here. We obviously take Kobe. AI. LeBron's in the league at this point.
Yeah, for sure. You take
Gilbert
him over.
Arenas or Paul Pierce?
Gilbert Arenas had what, one season and a half?
This was 29 points per
This
game.
is when
Arenas.
Gilbert Arenas was OD.
Yeah, but Gilbert Arenas didn't have that for a sustained period of time. He had it for at most
Well,
2
we're
seasons.
talking
It
the
was like-
season.
Yeah, this
but
is
that's
three
what
se-
I'm asking.
No, this was three years, but he got hurt. But I'll take.
I'm taking Paul Pierce.
I want confirms.
I'm taking
All right,
Paul
So
Dirk,
we're at 3.
most definitely.
I'm going. Yeah, Dirk's here.
I'm looking at it.
D Wade's here.
Yes.
Melo's here.
Yes.
That's like 6.
I think Melo and him was definitely conversation back then, though.
Paul Pierce in the 05-06 season was number 7 in total points.
Okay.
All right. So then we go down. Vince Carter. You said you take.
I'll take Paul Pierce.
Yeah, Ray Allen.
I'll take Paul Pierce.
Kevin Garnett.
I'll take KG.
That's 7. Chris Bosh. Probably take
Paul Pierce.
Excuse me.
Tony Parker.
Tim Duncan. Tony Parker, low key.
You mentioned Tim Duncan. Tony Parker.
No, I
no.
didn't mention Tim Duncan.
You did. Yeah, you did.
I could have. I'm reading off the points per game.
The points per game because Tim Duncan was 30th
1, 2,
in total
3,
points.
4, 5.
Did you say Steve Nash?
We're at 6 right now. I didn't say Steve Nash. We're taking Steve Nash.
Of course.
7.
Dwight Howard was in the league, but he was young.
No, not over
Probably
him
not
at that
yet.
point.
So
No.
yeah, it's really the last 2 are Tim Duncan. Are we
Tracy
taking Tim
McGrady?
Duncan? Yeah, 9.
What year was that for Tracy?
This might have been done, Tracy. He
was-
might not have played
He was
this year.
26.
I don't think he played this year.
He did. He definitely got injured though.
I don't see him 05 on 6. I don't see him in top 20 in scoring. I don't think he played.
He was not top 20 in scoring. In total points, he was 56. He played
per
47 game. Mhm.
Oh, that's probably what it is. Yeah, brother, he might not have been top 10.
He was top 10. You just mentioned me 7.
Well, all
8
we did
players.
was
No, I
name
meant 8, but
scorers.
we didn't name Tony Parker and Tim Duncan
Like
yet.
Jason Kidd.
Tony Parker was not better than Paul Pierce.
Okay, so Tim Duncan's for sure though.
Of course.
Jason-
I mean, it's
Not.
Tim Duncan.
And then Jason Kidd would be the last one.
He's borderline top 10.
I'm cool with that.
That's like Tatum now.
I think Tatum's pretty comfortably top 10.
Comfortably,
Yes.
this season off of straight production, no, you cannot say comfortably.
Why not?
Off of this season, if we're measuring Paul Pierce against the production of players in that year,
Is Tatum not a top 10 player this year, bro?
Most definitely.
this year, I could definitely make it borderline.
Are you doing
Kevin
this
Durant-
just based off straight like points per game, assists per game, rebounds per
No,
game? Because
just
that's
no,
case
just who's been better this year. That's it. It's straight that. Nikola Jokic,
Okay.
Joel Embiid. I could count people that are injured or no.
Sure, I mean, we don't know if he's gonna play again, but sure. I
Okay.
mean, so far, yeah, he's been MVP.
He has been MVP. SGA this year has been better.
Okay.
Luka.
Luka Doncic, yeah, pretty easily.
No, it's not as easy.
Kevin Durant.
You said KD.
No, he didn't.
No, I didn't. In this list, I didn't. It's
okay.
5 now. Tyrese Halliburton, but I won't give you that
I
because
don't
he's
know.
cooled off.
Yes, he has.
He's cool.
They've
Jalen
been-
Brunson's
they've
been
hurt
better
too.
this year.
Brunson, I don't know. You can make the argument for sure.
Brunson's been
it's
so
not,
fucking
he's been,
good,
He's been really
man.
good. I'm not gonna sit here and I'll give you that one.
I love that graphic. That graphic
Yeah.
really, you compare Jason Tatum.
It's just, I mean, it's also the
Brunson's so
expectation
good.
too. We weren't expecting the Knicks to be damn near the
Kawhi
second best
Leonard.
team in the East.
That's close.
It is. Kawhi's been
Riv.
hooping his ass off though.
Riv. Kawhi over
Yeah,
Jason
it's-
Tatum this year?
Right? Yeah.
Kawhi's been more efficient too,
He's
You
shooting
could-
like
you could do that.
50. Oh,
Nah,
no,
his
yeah.
efficiency has been
And he's playing
insane.
defense.
and they smoked us.
Yeah.
Giannis. I didn't mention Giannis yet.
course.
That's 8.
Most disrespected superstar of all time
He's definitely is disrespected, man.
by you.
You've actually taken my place as the Giannis hater.
Donovan Mitchell or Tatum this year? Wasn't playing
I
better.
would say that's close.
I would take Tatum. Tatum is still doing Tatum things. He's
He
just not
is.
having this exceptional season that Donovan Mitchell's having.
I think because
like,
what Mitchell's had to deal with over the last 15, 20 games.
But also the Celtics have been the best team in basketball from day one.
you've been the healthiest.
Would the Cavs, if they were healthy, be as good as us?
They have 33
Let's
wins.
be
I don't know.
serious.
Not serious as you got, but what Mitchell's doing is kind of crazy.
Jason
sure.
Tatum's efficiency on top of the playing alongside Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, Derek White. I say this with a bunch of players that can score in their own right. He's still averaging 27, and he's still shooting 47% from the
his
field.
efficiency's
37%.
that
supposed to be
efficiency should be better with those better players around him.
Was he 47, 37?
But
free
think
throws
about where he
come-
was earlier in the season, where his
His
three-point
efficiency's
percentage was
come
like
up,
34%, and now it's 37.
Yeah, but if you're playing next to great players, you should have good efficiency.
And also, Donovan Mitchell's another one where his efficiency was not that good to start the season, but as of late, he's really
Still
turned it
not.
on.
It's not going to be good because he's
But it's like 36,
Devin
37
Booker
from
or
three.
Tatum this year.
Tatum.
It's never going to be efficient.
That's
'cause
definitely
his
conversation.
I
players are
don't,
hurt.
I don't know if it's that much of a conversation.
I've also named 9 players already, so everybody after this is Anthony Davis.
That's fucking close, man. AD has
So,
been unbelievable.
Jason Tatum's been borderline top 10 this year.
Jason Tatum, I'm taking him. I think this season I'm taking him over Anthony Davis. I'm still taking him over. Who were we just talking about?
How about Steph?
I think Tatum's having a better season.
You think Tatum's having a better year than Steph? Steph is the most
this
clutch
is
player in the
also
league.
like we understand this is the
They've
best team
both
in
been
basketball,
up and
right?
down.
You know who's number 2 most coached player in the league? Damian Lillard. What's your opinion on him?
He's a great player.
Is he?
Bro,
Yeah.
just
In your
stunk it the
eyes?
fuck up the other day. He gets on my nerves.
I seen this tweet. I seen this tweet from Automatic NBA. Difference in player true shooting percentage and rest of the team true shooting percentage in the clutch of the top 20 in clutch field goal attempts this season.
Amazing.
Steph Curry, the difference in true shooting percentage between him and his teammates is 24.3%.
Oh my God.
That is the difference.
Who's the next guy?
It's Trae Young at 13.9%.
Wait, who's the next guy on the board? Do you know or no?
It's not on this list, no.
wanna
Oh no,
know.
Klay Thompson is at minus 13.9%. Because he's on this list. He's 19th on this list. The difference between Steph and number 2, Trae Young, is the same as Trae Young and like number 20 on this list.
Well, Steph's
been crazy.
amazing.
It's crazy
Steph is getting
they're-
no help. I would take him over Tatum this year.
Okay. It's crazy because the Warriors are still like middle of the pack. I think below average in terms of like clutch wins. Like they're still, I think they're like 18th or something like that. And Steph has
Hopefully
been the
it's
most clutch
not
player in the league.
a 1 point or a tie game going at that buzzer because you know what's happening, unfortunately.
Why
You
is
know
he?
it's-
Why is
So
he?
He actually hit one 2 nights ago against the
It
Hawks.
wasn't a buzzer beater.
Well, you know what happened? His team couldn't play
Yeah, the second
defense.
overtime, y'all
Dante just.
That's a dub.
What?
I told you Tatum was borderline top 10.
I
And
told
I
you the
dead
players I
named
think
you.
he's been better than. I
Okay,
think
I
Steph
dead-
Curry.
I
I think
dead
and
Well, you
named
AJ.
named
10
you
players.
named players. I don't
And
know if
we
we all
weren't agreeing
agreed.
with them. You just said them out loud. Donovan Mitchell
Low
was
key, you
borderline.
did just say them. No,
Like three-
Donovan.
three's
Most of them
borderline.
you can definitely agree with, though. Kevin Durant or Tatum this year.
I think KD's been more efficient too. I think that's fair if you want
KD's
to say
been
that
better, for
individually.
So just
But
okay.
also as a team, like you brought in 2 brand new pieces. There's been basically no kind of like this period where you're trying to figure things out. They hit the ground running. They've been the best team in basketball. Tatum has been taken away from his game. He said that since day one that they had a meeting. They all knew they had a sacrifice, and it's paying off. They've been the number 1 seed.
You didn't even mention your boy Anthony Edwards, man. That must hurt.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
No,
be
he's not.
serious.
He has been better than Tatum this year.
How much?
I can
What's
say
Jaden McDaniels averaging right now?
Shout out to the dog
11?
AE, man.
10?
Shout out
It's
to
all
the
about
AE
opportunities.
ones.
Oh, Lord.
No, don't mix my words
There's
now.
some opportunity there. That offense has not been playing well.
Okay, now I just want to get the gauge on where he's at.
Stinks.
Nikola Jokic,
Of course.
Yes.
Joel Embiid.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you participating, Riv?
Yes.
So you have 2 already.
But the 2 are obvious. I mean, he didn't have
Oh,
to.
SGA.
He's still
SGA.
going. He's still going.
Kawhi Leonard,
Yes.
Giannis,
That's fine. Yeah.
Please stop.
Giannis, yes.
Giannis, yes.
Kawhi's close, man.
Donovan Mitchell,
I would be taking.
It's
Tatum.
debate. That's a debatable topic.
Kevin Durant,
Yes.
I think KD's fair.
Devin Booker.
Debatable.
Tatum.
Okay. Paul George,
Tatum.
Tatum.
Luka Doncic,
Luka.
Anthony Davis.
Tatum.
Debatable.
Can't ask me.
I'll put that in debatable personally.
Because
LeBron
Anthony
James.
Davis has been special
He's been
defensively.
amazing.
Debatable. No, I
that's-
would say LeBron's been better.
Nah, the defense from LeBron really, it's situational as hell. When you need him, he plays all right.
I think LeBron's been slightly better.
The offense is
close.
beautiful.
It's close.
You're at 8 right now, by the way.
Yes.
Because the
with 2
Lakers just play
debatables.
so unserious basketball so often that it's hard for me to, you know.
Very
what I
You
mean?
took
Like,
Tatum over AD.
I said debatable.
Oh, but Donovan, you
He
said,
took
debatable.
LeBron over
Yeah.
and you
Tatum.
took Bron
Don,
over. Got it.
Booker,
got it, got
AD
it.
were debatable for me.
Steph Curry,
Debatable.
I would be taking Tatum.
Damn.
Curry's been great. Don't get me wrong.
Jalen
He plays those
Brunson.
Crazy moments. That's close. That one's close. Jalen Brunson's been OD.
I'll take Brunson.
So you're at 9
Yeah.
right now.
It might hit 10.
And you had like 4 or 5 debates.
I'll be honest. If you say this next guy, it's probably going to be 10.
Are you at 9?
I am at 9.
I feel like my 6.
You are, because you
took
took
so my debatable is
Mitchell.
you
Oh, you
took-
took eight. You took Bron. Okay.
Yeah, I took Bron.
Bron's close.
Trae Young.
No.
Come on, bro.
He's been great.
I go Tatum. He's playing defense this year.
He
Surprisingly.
is. Nah, Trae's
I'll go
been
Tatum,
OD.
though.
Tyrese Halliburton.
And there it is. That's 10.
I don't know, bro. From
Hall-
start to finish, Hallie
He's been
hasn't
hurt
been.
lately.
He has been hurt, but you have to take that into account. I think we're talking about the whole season.
I mean,
Like Tatum's been
but the
available.
games he's played though, whew, Hallie's been on the run. Okay, you could put him in the mid. I personally would take Hallie right now.
That's tough.
I'm not mad at.
I would slightly take Tatum
I'm not mad at that.
just because
Hallie's
he's
one of the
available.
worst defenders I've ever seen.
He's
in my
available.
life.
And 2 seasons in a row, Halliburton has gotten injured.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
you're
does-
not wrong.
It does suck for that part.
I want him to stay healthy so
Are you
bad.
kidding me?
Hopefully
He's
this is the last
unbelievable.
Tatum is
year,
still
man.
the top 10 player in the league. though. We all know that, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But this
Do
year,
we all know that?
he's a top 10 player in the league.
Do we all know
He's-
that?
he's trying
But
to
my
push
whole
some shit,
thing,
obviously.
my whole thing was that it's
First it
not.
was Ant Edwards about him. He's been
Yeah,
pushing Jalen
yeah,
Brunson the last few
You
days.
act like
over
Ant
him.
Edwards
Whoa,
does not
respect
have
Jalen Brunson.
3
I do
less years of
respect Jalen
experience.
Brunson. I just want to understand why every time a player is playing really well, like maybe a star goes superstar, something like that,
Yep.
it's like better than Jayson Tatum.
You want to know why? Because Jayson Tatum is the stopgap between 2 tiers of players. That's why.
Okay. Well, who is he between?
So I think tier 1, you have the clear-cut elite guys in the league. Tatum is not clear-cut.
One MVPs or championship type dudes.
Yeah, but there's some players that haven't won MVP like Luka, and you know they in that tier.
it starts.
Jayson Tatum is the gap between the elite guys and
He's a
the
tier 2
guys
guy.
that are knocking on the door. Tatum's knocking on the door.
Jayson Tatum's not elite.
He's
no,
elite.
he's not Jokic or Embiid.
Wait, what you mean?
Bro, why is everything?
There's a different tier of
I think
elite
there's
guys
two
in the league.
different. No, but I think he's still elite.
Has
He's just not
Joel
elite
Embiid
like
ever
Stephen,
beat
though.
Tatum in a playoff series, bro?
Wait, he put Embiid in where?
An elite
Oh
category.
fuck no! Embiid
Yeah,
got
no.
he's
Is
knocking
Embiid
on the
not a
door.
tier
Can we not
one?
do this? Can we not
He's
do this the
knocking
week
on
when we
the
find
door.
out
He's a
he had
tier
a
one
torn
player.
meniscus, please? He's
Embiid-
averaging
you know,
36 a
you're
game.
right.
You're right.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna say
Bro,
that.
if he's elite, they were up 3-2 on us last year with the game at home. Game
Nah, I'll
6.
be honest, that's disrespectful. It's wildly disrespectful.
No, it's not.
Wildly.
Because they're tier 1 NBA players are Nikola Jokic, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry,
In a game 7, he has
Giannis-
the most
LeBron's still a
KD?
tier 1 guy.
LeBron.
KD.
KD's in that elite tier. Absolutely.
Why isn't that? What
Why-
does
why-
Jayson
why-
Tatum have to do?
what does he have to
do?
He has to win a finals or win.
What do you mean?
win
Tatum
the
has some of the
finals.
most
KD
off nights for a superstar in the league right now.
Does he have 2 first-team All-NBAs? I'm wondering.
He does.
He has
He's
2,
gonna
right?
maybe have a third.
Okay, but he's not with those elite guys. So you're telling me he's as good as Jokic?
He's
No,
elite.
he's
Doesn't
not.
mean
There's a
Jokic
gap- is there-
better.
there's
To me,
a-
Jokic is in a damn near tier of his own.
Is there not a gap between Giannis and
Respect
Tatum?
Embiid.
Is there not a gap between Jokic and Tatum?
Jokic and Tatum, def.
Yes.
Giannis and Tatum. Yeah, I mean, I think that's
Of course,
fair.
yes.
fair.
That's the tier 1 guys in the league.
But also
Tatum's
going into the
not tier
playoff series,
1.
like I know Tatum could play just as well as Giannis. He's shown it in the past.
That's why I said nothing
Cool.
disrespectful.
You know
What
who
did
he
I
hasn't
say?
shown it against,
What did
though?
I say? I said Tatum is knocking
fucking
on the
Andrew
door
Wiggins?
of tier
Yeah.
1, but he's not
Fakest shit
there.
ever.
Dell's asked, why does everybody get compared to Tatum? Is because Jayson
the
Tatum
one knocking on
is
the
the
door.
bridge between the two tiers.
He is next up for sure.
So 2 first-team All-NBAs. That's it. You're
In my
still not.
opinion-
number-
he put up
you're still
30
not-
last
Listen,
year,
listen.
averaged 30.
I don't fully agree with him. I do think Tatum is elite.
So you
But I
think Tatum is on the same tier and level as Giannis?
No.
I think there's
He's
2
not
tiers
the
of
same
elite.
level.
There's a gap.
No,
I think
I
that's
think
none.
the top 10
It's
players you
who's
split them up.
better. There's a difference in obviously deciphering who's better or not. Are they elite players? Yes.
Do you know
I
for
think
sure?
there's
Like
gap
me
between fucking
saying,
Giannis and
saying
Jokic, bro.
that Josh
Like, I
Allen
think-
and
I think
Mahomes are
Jokic
both
is in a
elite.
tier of
Won't
his
even
own.
cap. Joker
Like,
is definitely giving me Mahomes vibe, but there's
Exactly.
a gap between
Like, I
him
think
and everybody else.
But Josh is
Yes.
still elite in your eyes.
He is,
Yes.
but there's a gap.
No, I agree. I
But
think
there's a gap.
There's a gap. That's how. That's why I think Jokic is a gap.
That's
and then you
my-
got
I think
That's
Tatum
my
is
point.
elite. He's
But
just like
also,
back end
in
elite.
That's
Josh
my
Allen,
point.
there's a gap between him and the other quarterbacks in the league too.
Low key.
He's separated himself. Is there how much the difference between him and Lamar?
Slight difference.
It's a slight difference, but I think there's more of a difference between him and Herbert. Herbert's an elite quarterback, but there's a difference between him and Josh Allen. Josh Allen
But you wasn't
is on
calling
another
Tatum
tier.
elite. I think that's
It's
what
also.
they
I
get
think it's
upset.
also the winning.
Yeah,
of
but
Josh
we
Allen.
talking about
Lack of winning.
tiers. I
He's
think
different.
for me, that's how I
If
word
Jayson
it.
Tatum hadn't performed in the finals,
Wait,
the
so are
level
you
that
saying-
he has,
But he didn't perform.
Are you
That's the
saying
thing.
Tatum is
last year he
Tatum's
was
an
better
all-star?
than he was the
He
year
didn't
before.
perform in the finals though.
He
We
not-
can't
he
we
was
can't
bad.
act like, oh, if he only performed in the finals,
He
he
had
didn't
50.
perform.
What, 51?
That's why he's
Was it
criticized.
51 in Game 7
Is Tatum an all-star?
against the
to you?
Sixers?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Of course.
Most points ever.
No, I'm saying like he's an all-star, but he's not an elite player yet.
No. He's above that.
Oh, so what?
No,
like,
no.
What would you call that?
So for me, because y'all not listening. Y'all
No,
just
no,
trying
I'm
to talk.
fucking listening. I'm trying.
No, y'all are not
I'm
listening.
trying to have a genuine
Y'all are not
conversation.
listening.
Can you fucking speak up?
I am
You're
speaking.
no, you're being too quiet for my fucking
No, y'all are
liking.
not-
I'm
y'all
trying
not
to listen to
listening.
what he's saying.
All right, let's talk.
For me and how I word things, because right now we're just getting stuck on semantics, and that's why it's annoying me. It's pissing me
It's your
off.
fault.
Pissing him off.
Elite player.
Weed.
It's the MVPs of the league. That's elite players. Jokic is elite.
Yes.
Giannis is elite.
Yes.
If I'm reserving the elite word for those top end guys, let's just not even talk about elite. Let's just use a placeholder word for it. Let's call it tier 1 NBA players.
Superstar.
Jokic, Embiid, or
But
if you don't want to
so
use
much-
Embiid, whatever.
It's
Embiid,
so
you're
much
losing me.
different.
Embiid, you're losing
It's
me.
so much
Jokic,
different when you
Giannis,
do
Steph Curry.
tiers of players and calling someone elite.
Jokic, Giannis,
I'm cool with that.
KD, LeBron, Steph, Luka, whatever.
Like SGA isn't elite.
he
I
is
think,
elite.
but I think
Okay,
he's
so
he's a tier 2
so
elite.
then
I think
what
that's
are-
fine.
That's what
I
y'all,
think
y'all
that's
not
fine.
letting me finish my sentence. That's why
I'm
it's
with you,
pissing me
Joel.
off.
I'm with you, Joel.
Tier one is those superstar players. Is Tatum in tier 1?
No.
No.
Okay, that's it. That's it. That's
So
the
you said-
conversation. That's
but
the
you,
end of
no,
conversation.
you're saying he's not elite.
Wait, so is he a superstar to you though?
To
Yeah.
me, the tier
Okay,
1.
alright.
To
We're
me,
good, we're
hold
good,
up,
we're
hold up. I think the
I'm
missing
losing
piece.
brain cells.
The tier 1 players are guys who have been great, but they
done it,
also
yeah.
have a
They've shown-
championship
yeah,
under
they've
their
done
belt
it,
too. I think if that's kind of where you
Except
want to put the
Luka.
tier, I think that's fine.
Drew,
And
is
Luka-
Dame elite?
That's why Luka, if you want to put in
Yes.
tier 2,
Is Dame a tier 1 player?
No.
that's
Okay,
why I
that's
think
what
I
we
would
talking
have
about.
Luka top of tier 2.
That's what
No,
we talking
you're
about.
losing
Like,
me
I would
No, that's
lose
what we
because
talking
you
about.
said he's
Literally.
not elite. That's your
At first
fault.
you did say that. At first you
That's
did say
your
that.
fault. I'm stuck on that. Tiers, I agree. When we talk about tiers, there's definitely different tiers, and Tatum's not in that tier 1.
Can you admit Tatum's elite player?
That's it. That's all I want to hear.
He's not
So all NBA first team back to back. He's been an all-star
why
5
I'm
times in
adamant
6
on this.
years.
You guys are getting stuck on semantics. Yes,
This is a semantic show.
Tatum.
It's your doing. We're stuck.
Let me finish. Let me finish my point. Tatum is elite. Yes.
Okay,
but there's a difference between him and the top guys.
right.
in the league.
You're 100%
And
right.
ultimately,
You're spot on.
What did
I'm
I
with
say to begin with that y'all didn't listen to? I said, what did I say? Tatum is the what? Tatum is the what between the two teams?
Oh, the
Gap,
bridge.
bridge.
Yeah,
Tatum is the bridge. You asked why is he getting compared? Because Tatum is the bridge. He's not quite on that top tier yet.
Okay, fine.
The
But you
elite
said
of
he
the
wasn't
elite,
That's
the
only
cream of
reason.
the crop.
So who else is in the bridge with him?
I think
Who else
SGA is in the bridge. I think he needs a playoff run to cement himself. But he's
Devin
in the
Booker's
bridge.
on the bridge, would you say?
Devin Booker's on the bridge.
Okay,
He's on the bridge. He's not
Jimmy
there
Butler,
yet.
is he one of the guys on the
Yoinks.
bridge? But he'll never probably knock on the door, but he's on the bridge.
Jimmy Butler's weird because in the regular season he's not on the bridge at all.
But in the fucking playoffs,
In the playoffs, he's
elite.
on the bridge. In the playoffs, he might be tier 1, like literally.
okay.
Yeah, he's been that great.
Luka's in tier 1 or tier 2.
No, Luka's in tier 1
Why? He has one player run.
because he's in it. Because he's
Everyone
one of the
else,
best players
everyone
in the
else in
league.
tier 1's won a championship.
I knew it was coming.
Look at her, Kevin.
I'm just
Why when we compare players to talk about players, the first thing that comes to your mind is winning. You can't talk about their game because it's clear that Luka's game is tier 1. It's clear that it's tier 1.
Speak the fuck.
It's clear.
No, because you said tier 1 guys are the guys that's won championships and stuff.
I never said that.
I said that.
That's
I
what he
said
said.
that.
Okay.
That's what he
Because
said.
everyone else in that tier but Luka had won
But
a
there's
championship.
always exceptions
As
to
the
the
guy.
rules. There's always exceptions to the rules.
Like Herbert.
No, not like Herbert. Like LeBron James before he won his first championship.
well,
he was
Herbert
clearly a
runs.
tier 1 elite guy.
We call Herbert elite, and he's
Is
won
Luka
nothing.
LeBron James
That's what I'm
level?
saying.
Luka, his start is like that level.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
You don't gotta hate there.
Not it is.
LeBron James level. I see that man with some
And Luka is
championships.
In terms of
clearly-
accolades. In terms of accolades.
In terms of box score stats, sure.
well, he's
No,
been
in terms
first
of
team
what-
All
in terms of
NBA
watching the
5
game.
times.
He's taking the
what's on
title
paper?
away
Yeah,
from
yeah.
you.
In
What's
terms
on
of
paper,
watching
for
the
sure.
game.
I'm just trying to respect
Hey,
LeBron
bro.
James, the greatest
Slowly
player
but
I've ever
surely.
seen in my life.
He is. Talk.
That's all I'm trying. I'm trying to respect LeBron James.
Thank you. I appreciate
Like
that.
Luka's got to. I mean, like you want to do the early comparisons. I get all that, but let's not act like Luka's Pat Mahomes trying to chase Tom Brady. That's not what this is. Luka's
Not
still
yet.
got a way
No.
to go to be
Maybe
in
he won't
that
be there.
LeBron conversation.
Maybe he won't be there. Maybe he won't be there. But this ain't Luka versus LeBron. This is you talking about
No, you just
why
said-
do
you
I
just
have
said
Luka
early-
in tier 1?
you
And I
just
said
said
because
early
there's
LeBron.
always
You just
exceptions
said
to the
early
rules.
LeBron. That's when
And
you
it's
lost
clear
me.
that
You
LeBron
said
was an
early
exception to the rule
LeBron.
before he won his first championship.
I'm
Did
just
you
throwing
see the
out
team
LeBron.
that
That's
Luka
not
carried to the
Luka.
Western
That's
Conference
not your
Final?
fault.
Luka
LeBron
carried
conversation.
His fault.
Luka
The first guy
carried
who
the
did
team
it
to
was
West
MJ.
Conference
Yes,
Finals.
absolutely.
I don't
But
have
Joel-
Luka in that
Kareem.
LeBron conversation. That's
He
where you
won.
lost me.
He did
Early.
win year
He
2.
won
You're
early.
right.
LeBron is the exception to
Joel,
everything.
I just want it to be known that this is your fault because you said that Tatum wasn't elite. That's how this whole started. But then you kind of
No.
tried to rework it.
He said no.
No.
He said no.
Gentlemen, please.
No, this
I
is
didn't
this
start the
is
show yet.
Please.
No. This is
I will happily stop talking if you two tell me straight out that he said he was elite.
He didn't
from
know.
the
He
start.
agreed that he said that.
No,
said
he fixed his right.
No,
He
yeah,
fixed it.
at first he did.
But that's not what
this whole
started
con-
this. What started this is Dell said, why is Tatum compared to every
Correct.
young up and coming player? And I said, because he's the stopgap
Again,
between
but
the
it all
two tiers.
started
Can
when
we
you
just
said
start?
That's
he
why.
wasn't
We ain't
elite.
start the show
And then
yet,
I
man.
told you he's not in a tier 1 group of guys.
I agree.
And y'all got
I
stuck on the
agree.
word
I'm
elite.
so
Yeah, that's
when
your fault.
all I was saying is that he's not tier 1, which is pretty clear. He's
I
not tier
agree.
1.
I agree.
Before the season, where did you have Tatum? You had Tatum over Luka?
Yeah,
Is Luka over Tatum now?
absolutely.
So half a season changed your mind at where you rank players.
Most definitely.
should've
Much
never
like the
did that.
NFL. Because he had 2 on the elite category or in the NFL.
he's
had
still
Lam-
there.
Okay, he's still an elite quarterback.
brother.
So is there not a separator between him
Absolutely.
and Josh Allen and Mahomes?
I said there
It
is.
always comes back to two.
But my whole point was, I said,
Talk about Jayson Tatum and Luka, and we get
I said very obviously that there's a gap between Mahomes and Josh Allen, who is number 2, but both for elite. My whole reason why I got so fucking angry, because you sounded very, very wrong, was when you said Jayson Tatum wasn't elite. That's blatantly wrong.
Because in my mind,
But then I asked you if SGA was elite, and you froze, and you're like, yeah, he's elite. But then you went back into saying, oh, I've always said that it's a tier thing. And that's not why we got angry.
okay,
That's not why I got angry.
I was wrong with the word
Yes,
choice, but
I know.
in my mind,
Because you said we weren't listening, and I was listening.
In my mind, you misconstrued what I said though, because when I used the term elite, in my mind, I was clearly talking about tier 1 guys.
Okay, see that
It's just y'all wanted to get you wanted to get wrapped up in elite
You
versus
said he wasn't
great
elite.
or
That's
whatever.
your fault.
No, because I was using
Two-time NBA, all
I was
NBA,
using the word
first
elite
team.
as a stop, as the word to fill in tier
That's
one
what
guys.
you had to
it's
be
a tier one
specific,
guy.
I guess.
It's a tier one guy. But ultimately, Tatum is not in that tier one, and that's my entire point on all of this.